The Defense Distributors edition of the GL4 Pro had a lot of changes made to the unit, but there were some hardware changes that were left off. And the reason for that is the cost of retooling and the time that it would have taken to make those changes. If anyone's in manufacturing, they know that retooling a unit like this can be quite expensive. And if you're in business, you know that making those changes can be very time consuming. This unit needed to get out before certain current events happened in the world, crazy stuff going on, and it also needed to be at a price point that wasn't insane. If you're in the current laser market or are aware of current laser prices, they're absolutely nuts for what the unit is. And so in order to get this at a price point that was reasonable and get it out in a timely fashion, some of those hardware changes simply couldn't be made. And one of those is the QD latch on this unit. Now, none of the changes that I'm going to talk about, or specifically this one, make the unit unusable. The V1 of this unit is totally usable. It would be nice to have it on a V2 or a V3, but right now the QD latch doesn't at all make this unit unusable. It would just be a nice feature to have for just a user experience, but it doesn't change the effectiveness of the unit. In fact, this QD latch is too effective. Defense Distributors has received a few emails about customers saying that the unit will not clamp down on certain rails. It is way too tight and it just won't go on. And for example, here I have a BCM to illustrate that point. The same thing is happening. You can see here I'm getting around to the, well, it's a little more than 45 degrees. It might be 60, 70 degrees, and it is just not going to clamp down on that rail. And the reason for that is because this is a non-adjustable latch. More expensive adjustable latches have a bolt that you can tighten and untighten on one side of this clamp, and this one does not. There's simply one lever up and down, and that is it. So some users are having a problem on very specific mil-spec or maybe they're out-of-spec rails, and this just won't tighten down on them. If you're having that problem, there is a very, very simple fix to get your V1 to clamp down on whatever rail you are using. I'm going to show you it right now. All you need is obviously your unit, which I have right here to illustrate the point, and you are going to need a small mallet like this one that I got out of my brass punch kit. The key is not to have a massive steel mallet that's going to damage your QD lever. This one right here is perfect for the job. So all I'm going to do is take this QD lever right here, and I'm going to just start lightly tapping, putting a little more force on, and it's moving, it's moving, it's moving, and just like that, the QD lever is rock solid on that rail. This is not coming off at all. It is on there. It's going to hold zero. No way that thing's coming off. So the question is, okay, well now what if I do want to get it off? And there's a really simple trick for that. Just put your upper on the ground, rotate the QD so it's facing up, and take your sling, which you should have on every one of your builds, take that sling, run it under that QD, pull up, it's going to come right off. So super easy actually to take it off. Now, is this technically a quick detach lever? Yeah, it does quick detach. I mean, it's only a couple seconds. I don't need an Allen key. I don't need any sort of specialized torque bit or anything like that. And I don't have to worry about over torquing it or anything. But it does require the use of a mallet or something to hit it with. Maybe in the field you could use a mag or a flashlight. I'm not quite sure. Or even the blade of your knife, or not the blade, the handle. Anyways, it's technically a QD lever in name technically, but you're not going to be able to do it using your hands. You're going to need a little bit of extra force to get it on and off. So that is a potential issue for some people if they really, really need that feature. That will hopefully be coming in future versions, but for the moment, in order to get the price point on this unit down and to release it in a timely manner and actually get it in your guys' hands and not have a 1 to 2 year wait period, like most of the high-end lasers on the market, totally ridiculous. So in order to get this out quickly, that was just one of the things that had to be left on the unit is the original QD lever. An adjustable one will hopefully be coming, but for the moment, the brass punch method is what works best for me. Everybody who has reached out about that issue, every single one of them, I have told to do exactly that, and every single one of them said it worked. So if you were having that same problem with your unit, do that. Guarantee you'll find success, or almost guarantee if you don't, reach out to me again. Anyways, the link to this unit will be in the description or the bio, and I will see you guys later.